how much music can we play at one time? Well, there it is. There's the answer. Welcome to Tarnation TV on Sunday, August 17th, 2025 to SMO Gaming Simulations. This is a different league for the Sunday. This is a tribute race, the 15th annual tribute to William Hawkins. And Tarnation TV honored to do, I believe, Rod, this is the third time we're doing this. My name's Blaine, and this is Rod Weston, by the way.
Yes, this is the third time we've done this for the Hawk tribute. We're honored to be here for the 15th annual Hawk, William Hawkins Talk, they called him, tribute race for SMO. And this is a great race, and it was a lot of fun for a good trip, good cause, and we love doing it. And he's a great group of guys. We know all of them. They're pretty fun. Got one new guy out there tonight too. We'll talk about him a little bit later on. But I'm looking forward to a good race in Michigan.
Yeah, these guys are great. I haven't really raced on track much at all, but this is one of the leagues I'll pop in every couple months. It seems to be far too long, but it's always cool to call these tribute races. And it's, of course, they always do a Hawk race at Michigan, and this is actually part of their regular season schedule. So this is actually race number 23. So we're a little over halfway through this season, and they go to different tracks every week. We'll show what their schedule looks like, just in case you want to slide in here and race with these guys over at SMO. They operate a couple times a week, Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays, I think.
I know there's Sunday and Monday.
Yeah.
Wednesdays, a lot of the guys there, they run over to TMP with us, so yeah. Right.
Yeah,
the good thing about this guy is it's controlled caution. So in other words, they control how the cautions come, which is cool. Fixed setup, so you don't have to worry about trying to make a setup and whatever. And the setups are pretty good. The only complaint I've heard tonight, chatting with the guys a little bit, is that it seems like the tire is just a little loose at the start with cold tires, but once they get warmed up, it seems to go pretty good. So we'll keep an eye on that to see what happens there. But it should be fun.
That's the cool thing with Michigan. Super wide track, always great racing. But yeah, the cold tires at the start of a run, usually the first few laps, like 2, 3, 4 laps, it's a little bit dicey. But once they get hooked up, we've seen some awesome long runs on this track, especially here with the SMO guys and at these Hawk tributes. Right now, you're looking at the current season's points for everybody involved here, the 28 drivers that have, come in and race at SMO in this season. This is after 22 events. Like I said, this is race number 23. Chris Aiken with the lead overall.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
Well, Wall, Tedder, and Viper are there too, but he's got a big lead on Tedder and Viper, but it's not over yet.
Be more probably just John Wall having bad nights and stuff, because he's a talented driver. He's always up front. Jamie's always up there. Viper, Josh too. All them guys in that group right there. That's a good group of guys. They're hard to beat. Trust me, I raced them up plenty there, but they're a fun group of guys to race with.
Yeah. Oh, we're in the happy hour
here
now.
We're done with qualifying. Just whenever you want to come in here.
You want to see if Jamie's ready for us to come up there and have a few chats with him?
Yep, Jamie just messaged me there. So we can go up into the main race room here, and we'll join these guys. So Jamie Tedder, owner of the league, he's got, some words to say about William and how this race is going to operate, and we'll go green.
Crew.
There you go,
Good
Jamie,
lap,
live
Andrew.
on the air. Take it away, bud.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate Tarnation TV coming out here and airing our 15th annual Hawk tribute tonight. This is something special to several of us that's been at SMO for a long time. And William Hawkins Jr., who was a core member of SMO back in the day, he pretty much he kept things together. He would set endless nights out of a race just to help you get connected and get your stuff together. So we all looked up to him. He was a heck of a racer. One of his other big things was Battlefield 2. He loved playing Battlefield 2. But anyway, unfortunately, we lost him in June of 2011 due to a heart attack, from what I understand. So, but anyway, he was a big, I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. Got a little soft, but no, he was one of the main guys for SMO for a long time. One of our true admins for the Bush series and for our late model series. And if you couldn't get it right, he'd sit out and help you get it right. So, but anyway, I just want to appreciate everyone coming out to honor him. And this is a points race tonight, so let's have a little fun. And again, thanks to Tarnation TV for airing this special broadcast for us.
Right, great.
From my understanding there, Jamie, you wanted to do a moment of silence, and you guys are doing like a missing man formation on the parade lap?
Yes, we will be doing a missing man formation on the parade lap, and here in about 10 seconds, I want to do a moment of silence in honor of Hawk. All right, if we could do that. Guys, appreciate you all being here. Let's go have some fun.
Thanks, Jamie. Good luck, everybody.
Have a good race, guys.
Thanks, Blaine.
Good luck, guys.
Alrighty then. Always cool doing these tribute races. 15th annual too. Shows you how long this simulator's been around and how many people have impacted the thing. Like we just, with Hawk passing away 15 years ago and Bones passing away basically a week and a half ago. It's crazy the amount of tribute races we have to do, but this community just doesn't waver.
And I would be very surprised if they didn't have us come back next year to do another tribute for Bones. That was a cool race.
Yeah, I think, and that's the thing. The FRN was there on with RTG on the day that it happened, and they sort of created their own tribute race last minute. So I know RTG will set up like an actual tribute race too. So to kind of get a little bit more prepared because everything sort of happened last minute. But they pulled it off flawlessly. It was fantastic. Just see if these guys are going to do some racing here and happy hour. To
get back to what we were talking about earlier, how the setup was a little bit loose. Well, this track is noted for being very loose off from turn 2, and the reason why that is because you go into turn 1 in a kind of a high bank configuration. As you go through turn 1 into turn 2, it actually flattens out. So that's where most people have a problem on the exit of 2 because the track flattens out a little bit and you lose some of that camber.
Right, yeah, we're doing a fly around right now. I got the drone on go mode. Yeah, because the cars will wash up like right about here. And off that turn 2 onto that back straightaway.
You'll see when you're going down through the video there that it's banked, and all of a sudden it just kind of flattens out. And right there on the exit of turn 2 is where a lot of people seem to lose it. As you can see, it straightens out there. They seem to kind of lose it a little bit right there. So.
Yeah, and it's a D-shaped oval, so the front straightaway seems even wider just because of the actual bank, and it is like a solid banking all the way around the front straightaway.
Some versions of this track, this one being the original version, it's going to be kind of as you see on the track, the darker gray area, that's going to be the racing groove. Some of the Brian rings and some of the other versions of them actually have grip on the high side, so you can actually go faster, rim riding the wall all the way around of it. But it's a very cool track.
Michigan is your favorite, yeah.
And you will see that even though you're required to lift for the corners, drafting will still come into a really big play. As people come off the corners, they start using that draft. You'll see people tucking out underneath them.
I find, too, the drafting, like even going into turn 1, when you've got, it kind of it humps up a little bit and then goes down into the turn. It's a fun ride through there, that's for sure.
To get the cars lining up.
Yep.
Pretty cool. Some of the tribute cars we got tonight that look really cool. You've got John Wall, who the number 0, in a nice little tribute to Hawk. And then you've got Jamie Tedder, who's still in the 910, because that's the number he drives. But you'll note that the 910 tonight has a 66 on it, which was Hawk's old number. And that's another tribute car. And those look pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, there's lots of cool tribute. You'll see the wings. I mentioned that in practice, where you get the cars that have the wings on them, obviously in honor of Hawk. So it's very, very neat. Game just crashed out there, so I'm rebooting everything.
That great Canadian internet, I tell you.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a game that was made in 2003 sometimes. It just doesn't like me doing all this extra stuff to it. Let's get back in there because they're going to be doing a missing man formation. I want to make sure I get this.
While you're out there, we'll talk about the pole position. Who took the pole? Andrew Miller took the pole. Outside of him is going to be John Wall. Right now, they're doing the missing man formation where they've pulled back the pole sitter and letting John Wall be out front and letting the pole position go to Hawk. And then we got Dennis Chambers, Chris Aiken, Viper, and then RJ Bishop is your top 6. Josh Toole, Jamie Tedder, Alex Credden, said it wrong earlier. He's one of the new guys. We'll talk about him a little bit later. I'm giving him a hard time. Tom Musa, Crocodile Cop, DRC, Kira Reynolds doesn't race. He usually just pops in and plays with the guys. And then, of course, look at that. You and I beat you. I finished it, started ahead of you. That's cool.
Yeah, we just got the game reloaded in time to catch that, how they let John run ahead there and
that's good.
Take that outside line and leave that pole position open for William. Pace car heads to the hot dog cart to the infield. Thanks everybody for watching on YouTube, by the way. Umut Potato. Umut Potato.
We are green.
Green flag.
Andrew Miller on the bottom, John Wall on the high side. Now it's interesting to see what John can do on the high side. Whether it's going to be because what's going to happen, Andrew's going to probably be a little loose on the bottom down there. If John was smart, he'd get up there and kind of pinch him so he can't get up off the corner. Did not do that for him. Let him get up there a little bit. Looks like we got through turn 1 and 2, turn 2 really good. So looks like Andrew Miller. I was going to say Andrew Miller, but John Wall drove it in there deep on the high side.
Yes.
Be interesting to see who's going to come out with the lead on this.
Yeah, on a track like
Looks
this.
like John Wall.
Yeah.
John Wall's going to lead lap number 1. That's the beautiful tribute car to Hawk.
Yeah, that's great.
One of the cars out there. We'll show you Jamie Tedder's car here a little bit later, I'm sure.
There is 80 laps on the clock. I will fix the ticker. Once the game crashes, it forgets for some reason. It's the one thing the software behind the scenes will forget to pull the total laps. I don't know why. Once I disconnect and reconnect, it'll just say -1. It is 80. I just wanted to let that first couple laps get out of the way, let the tires get warmed up a bit. And always cool to see this battle, especially you can see Andrew in the 47 using that draft, especially on the front straight to really get back near John. But does that tend to throw off the entry? Like if you're used to running into that corner, that extra speed really does affect your entry plans.
It can, and so a lot of times you'll see drivers either sway a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. And what that does, it puts a little bit of, most of the guys, they'll do it on the left-hand side. It puts a little weight on that left side and kind of plants the nose a little bit better and helps you out. Back in third place, you got Chris Aiken, the points leader. No surprise there. And they've kind of rolled away from a little bit from fourth, too far. RJ Bishop's back there in fourth. Dennis Chambers and Josh Toole, proud sponsor of Rodent Racing. Josh is egg on my carts. What can I say?
Yeah, I think Josh runs the Monday series here. I believe Monday is Jets.
I believe he does because he's always sending me a message on Monday to come race.
He's so awesome. He always sends out an invite. And I'm like, oh man, I can never do it. I got to start getting in there. I should come out tomorrow. I got to get out here with these guys. The Jets touring. It's fun. It's called it's called Jets. That's the name of the series. The Josh's Eggs Touring Series.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're going to go over tomorrow, and I'll have to come over because we don't have anything planned for Monday. So maybe I'll jump in and race with them.
Yeah, excuse me. That's the thing with RTG poking around Tarnation TV. They're expressing some interest in us doing the Bare Bones series on Monday. It's like, okay, so now I'm going to be broadcasting on Monday. I won't have any chances to get out with these guys.
So we got to get you to back around 8th position. We got Viper, Jamie Tedder, and Crocodile Crump, and I want you to kind of pick up that 66. Well, 910, but the 66 on our near screen. So the tribute car that they have out there. Then if you look right behind him. Full cars back there. There's that Pepsi car. I was giving that guy. I'm sorry. I'm all covered.
You were all over him.
I'm all
in
over
the pre-race about that car.
I don't like Pepsi. So I was giving him a hard time, but he's a new guy. He's just started out. He's only been a couple of weeks here with SMO. He's raced online before, but he's been out of it for a little bit. So just want to welcome, Alex. It's Krentel to the racing series there at over in SMO.
Oh, was it Krentel? It's not Krentley?
It's Krentley. It's Krentley, something like that.
Okay.
Krentley. Told him I was going to screw it up. So.
Yeah. Yeah, if anybody's going to mess up a name, it would be Rod Weston.
I am so bad at it.
Or Raj Wesley.
Wesley, yeah.
I'll make sure to add some extra letters to your name, too.
But the good news is I know my racing, so I make up for it.
Welcome to SMO Alex Krentley, number 9. Pepsi Cola.
Got to give him some airtime. That way, he'll keep racing.
Hopefully he's not watching. Guy's getting
Behind
nervous.
him, though, Tom Musa, Hot Wheels car. We're just kind of looking at some of the cars there that we got going on, but
Yeah, we can do this stuff early. We would not be doing this in the last 5 laps.
oh no. But Tom, he's one of the guys that run on Wednesday night TMP series, which is pretty cool. As we were telling Alex, there's a lot of leagues out there. And we were trying to get him to make sure if he was writing them all down, what we were telling him.
Yep. This race for third, man, like third, second, and first, these guys aren't really separating much. The challenge is getting around John. He doesn't waver. He's locked onto his points and he just hits them.
When he makes a mistake, it's usually epic. He don't really make very many mistakes.
No.
And you'll see Chris Aiken right back there, and you notice he's just kind of riding. Well, that's Chris Aiken. Sit right there and just ride. Use them guys to pull him along. But when you get near the end of the race, if he's got that opportunity, he'll be right there. I'm laughing because I looked over at the text messages, and Chris Elliott jumps in to say hi to us because he just texted me, wanted to know if I wanted to play golf.
Oh.
Kind of busy. There goes Chris Aiken underneath Andrew Miller. Now he'll set his sights on John Wall. These two guys, they run. I tell you, I've seen them guys run together for a long time and run really, really good together. But I've had some fun races where it gets down near the end, and the last 2 laps, they don't give much quarter to each other.
No. Never.
They're gentlemen right now, but we'll tell you when it comes for the win, I've seen them guys getting some few alterations and still finish 1-2. They're usually that far out. But
So this is interesting because we're running 80 laps tonight, and we're running a 2X fuel and tire wear. So everything fades away twice as quick as it would in real life. Ooh, Andrew, right up next to the wall in that camera angle. I love that turn 2 lockdown camera. What's the fuel window is what I was getting to.
Andrew Miller's, he's one of the better racers too, but ironically, he runs with a controller.
Yes.
Yeah, and I cannot fathom how good he is with running with a controller.
See, what do you use though? Because you don't have use of your legs.
Yeah, so I have what's called the TSW EZ11. It's basically a steering wheel that has the gas and the brake built right into the wheel.
Oh, okay.
It's a very nice wheel. The downside to a TSW is it's not like these fancy wheels that they have nowadays, where the Mosleys and the Fanatec's and all that stuff, even some of the Thrustmasters out there that have force feedback, and you can control. I mean, you can control every aspect of how your brakes go, your throttle goes, your steering goes. It's crazy. They even have some that have vibration, so that when you hit the rev chip, it will vibrate in your feet. When you hit the brakes, you'll feel the vibration of the rotors. And
so you're saying you don't have like gas and brake bound to like a button. There's actual analog pedals on your wheel.
Absolutely, yep. And I'm running
number 9. Going around back there. No yellow. We were focused on the second pack there, and we were able to pick him up.
Single car incident.
Yep.
Got the tires hot, and he tried to take off a little too harsh. Just spun him a little bit. We'll get him. Just got to be easy on there once you get it up to speed. Single car spins like that will not pull out a caution.
Nope, he wasn't in front of anyone.
Yep.
Yeah, Musa went underneath him, and he almost held on to it. A little bit of a wall tap, sent him around, made him loose. He lifted in the middle of the corner to avoid contact with Tom, which unbalanced the car. So I wonder if that was a throttle lift and not a brake drag.
We were kind of focusing. Go ahead.
I'm thinking, if you drag the brake, it won't upset the car because it keeps the suspension loaded. If you lift the gas, it'll throw the whole momentum of the car off. Like the center of the weight gets tossed, right? So then you're going around.
It's called trail braking. Yeah. So, and I'm just kind of focusing on something else here. I kind of went back to the field a little bit. Earlier, we saw Viper, then Jamie Tedder, and then Crocodile Crump. He's actually made it past Viper and Jamie Tedder, and he's working currently on trying to get past Josh too. So, Crocodile Crump's moving his way forward a little bit. I like to get a little bit of everybody in there,
Yep. I'm going to focus on Cromp right now. I just tabbed out of there to fix that lap counter so everybody can see now that it says 17 of 80. Well, so it says of, but either way. These fail safes in an old sim like this, you've got to kind of get this. Nothing's ever going to line up perfectly when it breaks a little bit, but at least it's there. So.
We are professionals, but to err is human. To really screw things up, you need a computer.
Yes, you're exactly right. Trump going high on that one. We're going 3 wide on the front straight.
He went high. Josh went low, I think, to let him go.
Josh, he lifted a lot. Look at the space, though, between. Like, they're technically beside each other right now, but there's enough room between those two guys for 4 more cars.
Ooh, Crump just tapped the wall just a little bit. That's going to slow its momentum down. Luckily, Jamie Tedder just kind of got up behind him and gave him a little shot and got him back up to speed.
You want to see what that looks like from the right side of the car? We're going to show you.
Did he hit it hard enough? That's the question.
We're going to put the camera right on it. Just, so here we go. In replay mode, this is what it looks like. Crocodile Crump just tagging that wall. And remember, we were talking about that in the pre-race. That's the turn where everybody will wash up.
Oh. Just a little intermission. While you're talking about that, Chris Aiken has taken over the lead down the backstretch. So just to let you know, that was a hard hit.
Right when I go into a replay, of course, right? You'll lose the lead change. We'll back up. Now we'll grab the lead change.
Oh, good, because I'm going to be having you running around like a head with your chicken cut off anyway. So everybody needs a little airtime here.
Yeah, no, that's what we try to do. We try to cover the whole thing. Yeah, he steps down underneath them, coming to the line. Well, that's not the line. What turn's this? 1. They already went past the line. Yeah, he passed him in 1 low.
What we don't know, and I should have found that out, but I didn't. I thought, when I went in, it said they could do 50 laps. 2X. I'm not sure if that's the case. So it'll be interesting to see when they do pit. So far, we're still caution free.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it that way.
Well, you know something? We do have, well, I wonder if I should we key up Andrew Miller? We got him on the hotkey, but he's working on John right now, so we better not call him. We could call him
Jamie
live
Tedder.
and be like, oh, we got around
Jamie
to
Tedder. Jamie. See how busy Jamie is.
Yeah, if you want to pull him down here, we can talk to Jamie.
All right, we got RJ Bishop and in the pit. Just going to come back and talk about him and Dennis Chambers, but it could just be RJ might have just smoked the tires a little too much, or
Couple cars on pit road. Oh, that's Kiara. Yeah.
Kiara is always on pit road.
Yeah, she'll watch the race.
Crocodile, he has made it past Josh 2. Now he's working on the rear bumper of Viper.
There's the 11th position there. We're looking at Dick Jordan. Viper. There we go. This is kind of a neat stat here. Let's see if I can find it.
Crenton Benjamin is we'll call it his stage name.
The number 24 Viper won last year's Hawk Tribute race and qualified fourth with a 37.310, and he also led the most laps of 33. Reminder, last year when they ran this race in August, it was actually on the 4th, I think. 4th of August, they ran this race, and it was only 70 laps. This year, they ticked it up a little bit. We're running 80 today.
So, you missed something.
Mm-hmm.
I think either John Wall had an issue, or he has backed off to save some tires or whatever.
I noticed that,
Dennis Chambers has gotten up to the 3rd spot, and John Wall has dropped back, almost 2 seconds behind them. So I'm kind of wondering if Mr. Wall had a little episode, or he's just back there saving.
I'm thinking he might be saving, because I noticed when Andrew got to him, Andrew only had to work on him for a little while. There's Andrew coming to the pits right now. Oh, it looked like Wall just locked him up and missed the pits. He's the tire down, left front tire down on the 0.
Oh no.
He's going to make it, though.
It's detrimental to his...
He's going to make it.
He'll get there, but that's going to hurt his run for the night.
Yeah,
he's going to be looking for a caution. He did lock them up harsh.
Yeah. You can see that
Also,
car leaning down. That left front is definitely out.
Tom Musa coming in. RC's coming in. Dick Jordan. Looks like...
He's got to be careful getting that thing rolled up.
Dennis Chambers is coming in. Viper, he's pulling down, he's pulling in, so they can do about 25 laps.
Right.
Looks like everybody behind him is coming in.
Yeah, they got the 0 jacked up there on the left to get those tires in there. Whoa, that's a neat looking camera.
So, RJ Bishop, oh boy, RJ, come on. RJ Bishop's around on the backstretch. Was thinking that he might come out with the lead on this thing, and he was one of the guys that I talked with earlier. He said he was just struggling a little bit on cold tires. Got a little bit loose on the exit of 2, just kind of smacked the fence a little bit, lost control of it, gathered back up, but I figured that he might put him out into the lead if he was going the way he was going. But
yeah, seeing he already made his pit stop, but he might have to make another one.
It's going to hurt his chances.
Currently, Aiken is getting credit for position number 1. Aiken has not pit yet. Neither has Chambers, Viper. Has he? It's not showing me that he has.
They were just in.
Okay, my ticker hasn't reset yet.
So, I know Chambers came in right behind, right behind Aiken, so.
Okay.
Yeah, see, there they go. Now they're starting to come up and letting us know that they have pitted.
Oh, yes, there it goes. So Andrew Miller in first. He
had a really good pit stop. He was in and out. and he's got about a second and a half
Yeah, that
on Chris Aiken and Dennis Chambers, which the thing it is with them two, running nose to tail, they'll run him down. Not right off quick, but once they get going, if they stay together and work together, they'll run him down.
So we can check that here with that little black box in the top left of your screen. Currently at the line from the 47, they are 1.86 seconds behind them. But like you said, they're getting the benefit of the draft right now. They're doing about 200 miles an hour entering turn 3 off the back straight, like we just saw right there, because they're nose to tail. Even though they're not right up and behind each other touching like you would at Talladega with the bump draft, this is still major league drafting right now.
Andrew Miller on the front stretch. 202 topped out.
Yeah. And Aiken right there, I saw about 203 or 204.
Didn't get back in time to see what he did, but yep.
Yeah.
They're going to start running them down. If they can work together, that's the next thing. Get nose to tail and just work together.
Yep.
They should be able to run them down.
And with longer races, too, the drivers can be patient like that. You can just kind of hook up with the guy. You don't need to be right on them. Like, that's still drafting right there, the 10 and the 19. So at the line now, it goes from 1.9. Oh, it stays about the same. So Andrew's keeping them at bay right there. John Wall currently running around in 9th. There's Alex in 12th. Viper's back there in 4th. He's about 10 seconds away from the lead. And about 5 seconds behind him, we got the 18 of Bishop. Followed by Kronk, Tedder, and 2. They're all clumped together.
Curious to see what happened, why John, had to be a reason why John was backed off there for a minute. He's 9th place. Oh gosh, he's 16 seconds back from the leaders. He's desperate need of a caution just to get himself caught back up to the field.
It's not his first day, though. You think he might have something up his sleeve?
Gonna need that caution, but
I wonder
he's gonna go out there. He's gonna go out there and do the best that he can with what he's got. He's got 4 cars in front of him that he's running them down because they're running side by side. He'll get by them guys, and which will move him up to,
This is a race here for like 6th position. These guys, so 2's in the head of that pack. It's 5th. So right there, that purple car is in 5th. These guys are running 3 wide.
You got RJ Bishop coming right behind Wall, too. So.
Super low line, super high line. It's a pretty interesting little scuffle we got going on here, the battle for 5th.
Yeah.
Andrew Miller keeping everybody behind him. Another 2-second gap. Those cars are not catching him.
They're not working together, I guarantee you. While we're looking at that, I'm gonna go verify that.
Yeah, we could go look at the 47. But he's all by himself.
Dennis Chambers is just not getting up behind. Now it looks like now he's starting to do it, but just got to get in behind him and behind Chris Aiken there, and just kind of not really bump draft him on the front stretch, but you can kind of bump draft him on the back stretch if you can stay with him. They would be able to run him down, but as of right now, they're losing. Yeah, they're losing. They're not gaining. Running about the same speed, but they're losing 1/10 of a second, I think it is.
Wow, they moved fast into that turn. I just was locked onto Chambers. He was doing 206 into that corner.
Yeah.
Because of that.
They are flying.
But it's not really helping them because you do have to lift a lot or drag those brakes to slow your car down. You're just going to roast those right side tires.
We gotta find RC down there. He's back in 11th spot. Coming racer. May not always be up front, but he's always here and he's always doing well and finishes them races. And we're a very respectable driver. So if you get a chance to find RC, the 61 M, yeah.
Yep, Dick Jordan.
Yeah, Dick Jordan.
IBM.
I call him RC. Yeah, IBM. That's what it was. I couldn't even say the words.
Yeah, I know he's RC Jordan on the websites, but then he's Dick Jordan, and so it's Richard C. Jordan, I would imagine.
Yeah. I don't know. They've always called him RC whenever I raced against him. So funny little story with him. When I first started racing with SMO, I didn't have a car. So I said, "Is 31 open?" Yeah. Well, if anybody that knows, I can't remember the exact year of what the mod they were running, but Ryan Newman used to run the 31 cat car. So I was 31. I grabbed it. I get out there to go racing. Well, RC had put a 61 on the cat car. So for a little while, there was 2 cat cars out there.
Right. So he just took the 3 and doubled it.
He just put a 61 on with red numbers on the cat car. But it was kind of fun. RJ Bishop just pitted again. Of course, we knew he was probably going to have to pit a little early because of this tire situation. That's just part of that. We got to get all the guys out there. Got to show them all off a little bit.
Yeah, it's a great league. There's 13, let's see, 12 cars starting today. I did have, let me see. I showed that screen already. I had another screen for that. Was it this one? Yes, last year's 14 drivers that ran in the 14th annual Hawk Tribute listed on your screen right there. So Jernigan, Negron, some of these guys didn't show up today. I don't see Ulysses in here today. So if you guys couldn't make it.
Danny Carroll.
But 12 is still a solid number.
Jim Jordan, Javier Negron, Tom Goodman, who's actually in the points, so I'm surprised he's not here tonight.
I thought he was. Oh, no, he's not.
Randy Waugh, U-Man, and then Danny Carroll are some of the drivers that were here last year that aren't here this year.
Thanks again to everybody for watching. In the YouTube channel, I haven't been really looking at it. Chris Elliott's in there. Benjamin Snyder's in there. Benjamin's, of course, asking if they run road courses. I think they do. I've run a couple of road courses with SMO. I don't think they run them on the Sunday, but I'm pretty sure they run them on the... Well, you know what? Didn't I have their schedule? Yes, I do.
You do.
There's the schedule. North Carolina.
Fluid Studios on there.
Oh, yep, go ahead.
Fluid Studios on there.
What's he saying? What's up, Brian?
Tarnation TV. Great job, SMO. Good to see you guys. Go get him, Jamie Tedder. There you go.
Thanks, Brian.
See Infineon. See Infineon right there.
Infineon. Yep. We've got Martinsville, Talladega, yeah,
Ooh, Martinsville.
Yeah, they run some really short ones. Look at Lonesome Pine, 0.3 mile track.
So if I'm not racing on the 8th, I might not be able to be broadcasting on the 8th.
Watkins
October
Glen.
SMO.
Yeah,
you know I love me some Martinsville.
Yeah.
Hawkins Glen's in.
Yeah, so they do the two big ones.
I love me some Martinsville.
Why am I looking at the pace car? There we go. I was trying to get back to the third place of Dennis Chambers in the 10. Jim's Salad Company. That's the sponsor on that car.
It's kind of a plain car, but it looks, I just think it looks good. Plain, but looks good.
Oh, he's clutching hard. I just got right in there. Listen to that clutch job.
Right there, sometimes there's the difference in all of it. Just saving fuel.
Watch this.
Oh, yeah. Any of you guys on the screen going, well, how do you know that he clutches it? Well, when that car drops, like it does, that means they're clutching it.
Well, and we're sitting right on top of it right now with the drone camera being pulled along. You'll hear him just in the throttle, no fuel right here. No throttle, full clutch.
Quiet. Go quiet.
Yep. Silence.
And
Let's
now,
see if Viper's doing it.
You want to say you think that's easy.
It's not.
It's really not. But fortunately for me, the way my wheel is set up, I have a button right above my right thumb, and I just boop, click. Okay, so Alex Friendly is pitting.
Yep.
He was a little off.
Viper is there as well on pit road.
That's what I was trying to do, see if there's anybody else there.
He seems to be the only one clutching right now. Chambers in the 10. Nobody, I went kind of through everybody a little bit there, and nobody else is really clutching.
Alex had a little bit of trouble there going on pit road. Keeping an eye on Andrew Miller to see what he's going to do. We know we're getting pretty close to the point where they're probably going to be pitting here.
So we were going to talk to Andrew Miller. I'm thinking we're running, these guys are pretty much flawless. We're running caution-free green flag the entire time so far. When he pits, we'll let him get into the stall, and then we'll pull him in the room. Does that sound about right? Once he's in the stall getting service, we'll be able to grab him, and he will... That way we don't mess up his pit setup and his selection.
We gotta mess him up. Come on.
Maybe we can. We can try.
For his pit.
Current leader right now has led 18 laps, and so has John Wall.
Gotta thank Andrew Miller, though, because he's been covering for me the Sundays that I can't make it usually.
Yeah, and if you want to get over to Top Dragster, check out what Andrew does. He's broadcasting all kinds of stuff too. So we're all in this together, promoting everybody. So
we were discussing earlier about if he needed my help. He covers on Tuesday. He does Hobo, which is a league that I used to run with, and I told him, anytime that I'm not doing Maverick, I said let me know because I know them guys real well.
Yeah, on Tuesdays we're kind of in competition with Andrew because he does all the Hobo races, but in October there's only one Maverick race that Tarnation TV is going to be doing because they only have one race in October. So that'll be cool. We can all slide over to different leagues and check stuff out. Lap 50 will be the window because they went 25 on the first run, so we had some guys going in early. Viper has pit twice. Alex Crentley has pit twice. RJ Bishop has pit 3 times. RJ's 4 laps down, Crentley's 2 laps down, Viper is 1 lap down.
RJ had to pit because after one of his pits, he kind of smoked the tires pretty good. So he ran out there for as long as he could, but when it came to the point where he knew that he had to come in and get tires, you got to do that. You got to keep your speed up. Then basically just hope that you catch him in the right moment, and then you can, get a caution, maybe get your lucky dog. I'm just noticing that Chris Aiken and Dennis Chambers are starting to run down Andrew Miller.
Yep.
I wonder about one thing about with Andrew Miller, even though, he does a great job with that controller. No denying that whatsoever. Whether that controller actually limits him from being able to save tires. It's an art form to be able to do this and save tires. If you went to the Chris Aiken, John Wall, them guys sometimes are amazing at saving tires. I wonder if the controller actually would, kind of slow that down. And here we go. Andrew Miller's headed to pit road. As soon as he gets in his stall, we're grabbing him.
It will happen, we promise. Andrew Miller pitting on lap 48. So they will pit one more time. And there's the beginning of lap 49.
Quick look, you got him, Blaine.
We got him. Andrew Miller live on the air. How you doing, buddy?
We're good. Hoping this pit stop goes well.
Looks like about a 25-lap pit window, right?
Yes, sir.
No pressure.
Sorry,
no
I'm like,
I guess you can't really speed coming out of there. Your pit stall number 1. But yeah, we just wanted to say, man, thanks for all the help that you've done for Tarnation TV, co-hosting duties, and Top Dragster. Let's get her done, bud.
Pleasure.
Good luck, buddy.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you, guys.
You can tell he was a little bit.
We scared him, I think.
I think we caught him off guard.
Yeah. I'm looking at the thing. I'm like, man, we're halfway through this race, and these guys are on rails. Like, we're not going to get a chance to talk to some of these guys under yellow, so we got to kind of wait. And you don't want to really get them when they're coming down pit road because they could be making their pit service selections of like, hey, I want to take 2 tires, right sides, left sides, full service. They're calculating gas. when they want to take their next pit stop, because they are going to have to pit one more time. Do you want to run the full tank out? Do you want to only, you know, there's all kinds of different things in their head, but he's in the zone, like I said, so.
You don't really want to catch him when they're doing that, because, you know, that could throw off your game a little bit, and then
Yeah.
we get blamed for screwing up his night.
Yeah. Blame me.
He's a consummate professional. He handled it well. Dennis Chambers has got the lead right now. He ran a few more laps, I think, than the other guys did last time. Trying to find out where Chris Aiken is. He has pitted as well. So we only have 3 cars still currently on the lead lap. That would be Dennis Chambers, Crocodile Crump, and Josh 2. They probably haven't done their pit stop yet, and Dennis Chambers has got a pretty good lead on them.
There's Chambers coming in. We're in the cockpit with him. Got it at 55, right at the line. The commitment line, the beginning of pit road's 55-mile-an-hour speed limit.
So it must have just switched over to that they have pitted the other drivers. So let me check. Yeah, so the only driver that hasn't pitted is Dennis Chambers, and he's doing his pit stop right now. The question is he going to come out with the lead? We've got Andrew Miller and Chris Aiken kind of running nose to tail. Interesting to see where they come out compared to Dennis. Yeah,
He's
go right by him right now, going into one. So that early pit stop on just running on fresher tires for a little bit longer than they did, plus the two of them running fairly close together in a somewhat of a draft situation, they have surpassed him. And when we get to the line, we'll find out by how much. But you know, they went by him in turn 1 while he was just still on the bottom of the track. So they're probably going to be a pretty good little click ahead of him, I think.
interesting, though, because Chambers, that from what we found, was the only one clutching, and he got to the end of lap 53 on that stop. And the other guys hit around 48, 49. So, like, he gained a good 3 or 4 laps almost from doing that clutching.
Now, the question is whether or not he can use that to an advantage. Can he gain enough to where he has to do 1 pit stop less than them? I don't believe he can. But where the advantage might come into play is he may be able to go in and pit later. And let's say, hypothetically, they got to take 2 cans. He might only have to take maybe 1, and then and 2 tires, that would shorten his pit stop up really a whole lot.
Yeah, it shortens his pit stop, and it puts him deeper in the race, so he can drive way harder too. Where those guys will start having to save near the end of a run, near the end of the race, he could basically just go all out and not have to worry about anything. If he saves enough of his stuff, that stuff will last.
Currently, though, he's about 6 seconds behind them guys. That was, like I said, they pitted a couple of, 3 or 4 laps earlier than he did. They came out together, kind of, sort of, and they've been nose to tail ever since. So that's going to be a big help for them. He's just running out there by himself. The closest competitor to him is Viper, and he is about 3 to 4 seconds behind him. So it's kind of fun when you get these races that are, not caution filled, because you get to see who the guys are that can get in and out of the pits really, really good, and hit their marks every time, because that's the people that rise to the top out of these green flag pit stops.
Aiken and Miller right on each other. This is for the lead. This 47 is in first. But like I said, it's like there's guys in this field like John Wall that just, maybe they're saving a little bit, or
John Wall made a
little bit of a mistake, and then under green, it's just like, okay, now you're 24 seconds behind. Same with Tom, or even like RJ. John, a couple mistakes from RJ. He's 2 laps down, and he's usually right in there. So
I can't wait. Hopefully they invite us back for their next SMO's next end of the season fun race, because the last one they did was an absolute freaking riot, and it was a nightmare for a broadcaster.
Yes.
Because the lead changes were immense. They just kept
Amazing.
happening,
Yeah.
kept happening. We were, but it was a fun race. It was basically an enduro. Is the best way to put it. And if you were leading, it was not a good thing.
So next week, SMO is headed to Bristol. And the week after that, to finish off August on the 31st, they're at California. So if you want to jump in with these guys, they go to all these different tracks every single week, something different. And on a Sunday, there's lots of competition in the community for, where you want to go. But these guys always got a really solid turnout. And they're adding a series on August 28th. That's a Thursday. Want to take a guess what mod they're running?
IndyCars.
The DW12s, the most current IndyCar chassis.
Yeah.
So
How I know
some
that?
IndyCar racing.
I get the texts.
Yeah, I was on their website doing some browsing. So I was curious too. I didn't know I knew the DW12s were the the IndyCar mod. I didn't even know what DW meant. You know what? I did some running on that.
Dan Welding.
Yeah, Dan Weldon. Apparently he was testing that chassis back in 2011 and ended up passing away in an accident.
Yeah, he was at Vegas.
It was Vegas.
And it was a freak crash, and he ended up launching off the back of a car, and unfortunately the top of the car hit the fence, and did not end well for him. But he was one of the instrumental drivers. Basically, the new cars, if you look at some of the newer Indy cars now, they are still considered open wheels, but they actually have bodywork around the wheels, and that was to prevent them from climbing over the top of each other and sending cars airborne. As we have Chris Aiken going into the pits.
Yeah. About 19 laps to go, and Aiken peeled away. He's getting right side tires. He's probably going to get full service.
Full service, probably. And we know he should be able to make the distance.
Yeah, full service on Aiken, and he'll be able to make it to the end of this. So he's within the 25.
Yep.
But yeah, I didn't realize, like, the DW, I looked it up, and that's why they changed it, because it was originally just going to be called the IR12.
Yep.
That they changed it to the DW12 in honor of him. And I was reading on the Wikipedia that actually happened to another driver. I forgot to write it down. Where they changed the name of a chassis, because a guy passed away. So it's like.
And it was instrumental. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember what it was. But
yeah,
it was instrumental in making it safer.
Yeah, it's crazy that, like, with the open wheel, like you said, they start climbing.
Oh yeah.
And it's like they because the tires are open, and when you hit another guy's tires, they just climb each other, like you said. So putting the fenders around was a good call. It's still open wheel, but at least it prevents that a little bit more.
Andrew Miller still out in the lead. He's got a commanding lead right now over Dennis Chambers. He's about 12 seconds ahead of him. Still has one more pit stop to go, but now then we know Dennis has been clutching. We haven't been back to see whether he's still doing it or not, whether he thought that was going to be paying dividends for him or not, but he can go far enough, he might be able to get less fuel. So
let's check it out right now. We'll put the camera right on the car.
Alex Cranton is just coming back out off of his pit stop, which should
Doesn't
be
look
his
like
last
he's
position.
He is, yep. Now Viper's behind him. It looks like Viper might actually be clutching too. Viper back in the picture right here in third position. Classic Jeff Gordon paint scheme is so cool. Nope. No clutching on that one.
I gave up on it only because it was, it didn't seem like it was going to work out.
So this is a race between the 24 and the 10 for second. That blue car there, RC Jordan in the 61. He's a lap down.
Yes.
Yes, he is. One lap down in seventh. Sorry. 7th position.
But remember, everybody except for Chris Aiken, they're out in the front. Chris Aiken is the first one to pit. Everybody else still has one more pit stop to go.
Right. It's interesting for Aiken, when the window opened, he drove about 5 laps and just went back in again, knowing, oh, there goes Tedder. We're just focused on Tedder. I was just checking him out, the 910 on your ticker information, but he's actually got the 66 on the car. That car, obviously, that number is retired here at SMO because that was Hawk's car. Hawk used to drive the 66.
And that is a good, very nice looking tribute car.
Yeah. So I'm thinking he'll be getting full service. Rights and lefts.
Andrew Miller still has not pitted yet.
Rights only for the 910, aka the 66.
Okay. Now we're starting to see a little bit of different strategy come into play.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Miller slowing down for his pit stop. Let's find out what he does.
Let's focus on Miller here.
Gets it down to 55 miles an hour. Being that they only, well, we're getting down there for, closer, almost 10 laps to go. You can get away with maybe taking right sides and going.
Yeah. You gain the track position because of a shorter pit stop, but can you drive the car is hard because you're burning out the other side of it. Maybe you got old lefts on there.
He only takes rights.
Just rights and a splash of fuel, really. I mean, how much gas can you get in the car on a stop that quick?
Well, it depends on what they need. I mean, if they only need a can, you can get a can and a half and take 4 tires. But if you are only taking a can, you can do 2 tires, and you'd still be good.
Right. Oh, did we see somebody? I was trying to keep an eye on that. Is somebody else? No.
Josh 2's out currently in 3rd.
Chambers in 1st.
And you've got Josh 2, Andrew Miller is just pitted, so he's just got his
Looks like it's Viper. Viper is going to be 2nd. We're in a pit cycle right now, so this is going to be tough.
Yeah,
just like you said last year, it's tough to find these guys sometimes on a pit cycle when it's already
Viper's made his pit stop. Dick Jordan's he's still got one more to make. Josh 2 and Dennis Chambers are the other 2 that have to make a pit stop. Still, and they are. Dennis Chambers is our leader, and Josh 2 is 2nd.
Yeah, Viper's a lap down, actually. I'm looking at that there now.
That'll change once Dennis when Dennis pits or when Josh 2 pits.
So Miller in
change.
3rd. And Josh 2 is in position 2. Right behind Musa in 9th. Musa is 1 lap down. We have 1 retired car, that is RJ Bishop.
Unfortunately for him.
Fortunately had to leave the race because he's probably got hungry. It's dinner time.
Not having the greatest of nights either, so.
Yeah, he was not liking the exit of turn 2. That wall back there has got some red on it because that's the color of the fender that kept hitting that wall.
He was one of the guys that was struggling on the cold tires, like I said earlier, and it was unfortunate.
So Chambers has a commanding 18-second lead. Has only pitted twice. We're creeping up on lap number 75, which would be, if you did 25-25, he's going to be coming in soon.
If he's coming in soon, it's going to be maybe, I would say 2 tires, but, he might have tires enough to, if it's a splash and go, to get in and out. Andrew Miller is back there. He's 23 seconds behind him.
Is that much of a? That's not much of a gap. No, you can't get down pit road to do a splash. You better off just to take the 2 tires, right? You got to take at least rights.
And Chris Aiken, he's about 5 seconds behind Andrew Miller, so not knocking on Josh 2. He's back there in 2nd. He's just, I think he's still got one more pit stop, and when he does, that's going to knock him back.
Yeah, Josh needs
Not
to pit
sure how
also.
far. We know Andrew Miller and Chris Aiken are done pitting. Andrew Miller is definitely turning about a little over half a second lap faster than Dennis Chambers right now.
It's amazing the speed difference. Because these guys were coming down the front straightaways. And you're like, oh no, he's still pulling it. He's still pulling 200 mile an hour. So he's not saving too much.
No. 201 the last time Dennis was.
Yep. Dennis has to be getting ready for a pit stop here eventually. What's going on in the YouTube channel here? Tarnation TV, great job at SMO. Good to see you guys. Go get them Tedder, yeah.
Chris Aiken, 204 going into turn 1.
Jason Awesome Vods says, hello on the Tarnation TV YouTube channel. Well, hello, Jason.
Welcome. Don't forget to smash that like.
Yeah.
Don't forget to smash that like button if you like
I hate
us.
that so much. Just double tap the dislike button.
You don't double tap the dislike. That's right. If you like us, it's all me. If you dislike us, it's all Blaine.
Yep. Wow, Chambers staying out. I wonder, I mean, could he have clutched enough to save that much fuel?
Maybe. I mean,
You can hear the silence when he's going into these corners. He's been doing it all day. He's really the only car that I've found that's consistently doing this.
Josh 2's actually started running them down. Okay, Josh 2 just got passed by Andrew Miller. Let's see, Josh 2's pulled down for his pit stop. Curious to see what.
Yeah, this is interesting. Chambers is going for it.
Fuel only for Josh 2.
Chambers is going for this. Because we're on lap 77 now with Chambers, and he's only pit twice.
It's a start finish. It's 3 to go.
Can he do this?
Well, he'll find out.
No. Can he? I don't think he can. This is an insane fuel strategy if this guy pulls this off. Absolute madness.
And Andrew Miller is gaining maybe a second a lap on him, but with basically 3 laps
He
to
can't
go.
catch him. He's got 18-second gap.
Right. If he can keep this thing, it's quiet now, so he's clutching.
He's been clutching the entire race.
And he's actually just slowed down even more, I think.
He has.
He'd almost be willing to bet you that he's really, really clutching now, and because he just lost 2 seconds.
20 mile an hour. He's changed his pace. He's dropped about 20 mile an hour.
Coasting as much as he can go.
Yeah, there's no way he's pitting. There's no way he's pitting.
But he's going to try to go for it. Why not?
Yeah. He'd have gone in by now. I mean, you're not going to pit now. He's slowed about 10. Yeah, he's only about 190 coming up to that corner.
Coasting the whole way through.
Clutching like crazy. Miller
He lost
is
another
on his
2
way.
seconds. Another 2 seconds to Andrew Miller. Oh, he can do this.
I think he might.
He's only losing 2 seconds a lap.
Yeah, like he's not going to catch him. Oops, where's the lap interval? Yeah, 2 seconds a lap. We got to go one more time. Lap number 80 of 80. The silence, man. The silence.
He's gonna do it. I tell you. I think he can do it as long as he can keep this thing rolling. He lost another 2 seconds. It's pretty much just 2-second interval. He's losing.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he's gonna do this. I think he can almost coast from here.
No way Andrew Miller's going to catch him because Andrew's coming out of turn number 2 right now to hit that back straight, and he's headed down to the front straight.
Ow. Not believe he's going to pull this off.
Yeah, those two cars there are not. It's just.
That's insane.
What?
That is
my
awesome.
Goodness. I cannot.
Caution-free
race, 80 laps. Somehow Dennis Chambers did it on 2 pit stops. The only car not to make 3. He did it on 2.
He lost over 3 seconds on that last lap because he had to slow down so much.
It's 8 seconds. Yeah, it was like 18 seconds, right? And then now it's down to an 8-second gap. But he had enough of he can't do a burnout. No way, right?
That's good. I tell you right now, he's just coasting this thing. I think he's going to try.
We got to give him the flag. Phenomenal. This is like the Jeffrey Elliott thing, where like how these guys are able to save this much fuel. It's such a great advertisement for this classic simulator, man. Clutching the entire day.
Clutching is very, very important, and it's the way you can get it done.
So he turned a 25-lap fuel window into 40.
It's crazy.
No, like 30-ish, because like he I don't think he has enough gas. Has he got any gas left?
I don't think he can do a burnout.
He can't.
It's insane.
Oh no!
I
gotta rewind it and give him the winner's circle. 1 second here. Panicking. Okay, here we go.
It's all good.
Congratulations to Dennis Chambers. I had to rewind it to get his car in there. Unbelievable. Andrew Miller in second, Chris Aiken in third, Viper fourth. Those are the cars on the lead lap. So yeah, he turned this into like a 25-lap fuel window into like a 30-lap fuel window. He was able to.
Well, let's get Chris Aiken. We'll get his point on how he thought about that win race. So let me grab him. Chris Aiken, Rod Weston, Blaine Donnelly up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you. How's it going?
All right. Well, secretly, you were my pick for today. Came out third. Not bad. Not bad. What do you think of this fuel strategy? And well, first tell me a little bit about your race, then we'll ask you about the fuel strategy of the 10.
Yeah, so the race it went pretty well for us, and we didn't think anybody was gonna try to make it on 2 stops, so we just ran our race as usual, and we tried to keep on par with what the 47 was doing because we knew he was gonna probably be the guy to beat, and he was up until the 10 snookered everybody. So yeah, like I said, I didn't think anybody was going to attempt it. And even after the 10 pitted and he came back out, I thought for sure there's no way he's going to make it. But he did, and awesome job to him. Congratulations, Dennis, and good run, Andrew. And glad to be on the podium again.
He was clutching most of the way through the race. We kind of caught him early on in the going, and we could see that, he was going to try something. We did not think he was going to go that far with it. We were watching, and he was losing about a second a lap, and on the last lap he lost about 3 seconds. And I was like, wow, I don't think he can make it, and I'm very, very surprised that he was able to do it.
Yeah, he's absolutely one of the best when it comes to pit strategy, fuel savings, tire savings, all that kind of stuff. So once again, congratulations to him. And I wish we'd have maybe thought of that, but we thought for sure that there would be a yellow in there somewhere, and just was kind of banking on that happening. And well, it didn't, and we wound up where we did, but it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Still a great points night for you. That should keep you right up there in the points lead. You had a really good lead over John Wall, and so that third place finish, that'll keep you right up there for give you a really good chance for the championship.
Yeah, we've actually just the way that the last 2 or 3 races have worked out, John and I haven't gained or lost any points on each other for past 3 weeks or whatever it was, I guess. So we get to pad or lead a little bit, not a whole lot, but every little bit helps, and we're getting down to the I guess final third of the season or so. So we're obviously gonna keep doing our best and get all the points that we can, and hopefully hang on for the championship.
And John made not a very rare mistake. He made a mess up on Pitts Road, missed pit stop, the stall, and when he went right out there, he saw a blade of grass out there in the middle of the thing he didn't like, and so he had to go take that and mow that down before he could go in and get tires. So,
yeah, something about that apartment living where you just don't have a yard. You got too small of the yard, and you come out here and see all the turf out here, and get that dad craving that you just want to go out and mow the grass, right?
That's right. All right, well, Chris, congratulations on your third place finish. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to thank you people that got you here.
Yeah, of course. Well, first and foremost, thank you guys at Tarnation TV for putting on the broadcast tonight. I'm sure it's an awesome event. I'll go back and watch it sometime when I have a chance, but you guys always do a tremendous job, you and Blaine and yourself. Thanks to, obviously, SMO. Anybody looking for a nice laid-back place to come and race, come check us out Sunday, Monday, and Thursday nights now.
I was going to say, you guys are starting up that IndyCar league. That looks super cool.
Yeah, it's something that John Wall put together just about 2 weeks ago or so, and started throwing around the idea of getting our Thursday series back together. And it's been just about a year since we've done a Thursday series, and this year the theme will be the IndyCars. So I think that starts the 28th, I believe. It's not this Thursday, but I believe next Thursday.
Yep, that's what I got written down, 28th.
Anybody looking for something to do on a Thursday night, want to come out and run some Indy cars, we got a little Indy schedule put together, and it should be a good time, hopefully.
Well, that's awesome. All right, well, there's your third place finisher.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks for taking points leader. Congratulations on that. Keep that points lead going. Honestly, you win this whole thing, bud.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys next time. Take care, and I hope everybody had a good time watching tonight.
What an excellent race. Andrew Miller, second place finish, led most of the laps with 37. Kind of surprising that everybody needed to pit 3 times except for one guy.
I think we're all a little surprised. I know I was. I was like, well, this will almost definitely be a 3-stopper. But thinking back on it, it's like, well, I guess you only did need to save maybe like 3 laps per stint, and you would have been able to make it. So,
It was a great run, dude. Like, you were out there just coaching everybody, like schooling everybody how to do this thing. And you're reeling him in a little bit, but he had about almost a 20-second gap after that last stop, and we figured it out with about 5 to go that he wasn't going to stop.
yeah, I honestly, when I first came out for that, after I made my final pit stop, which I only took 2 tires because I felt like that would be the strategy, I thought I saw Chris blow by me, which I guess it was actually Dennis, but I thought Chris blew by me and got the undercut on me. I'm like, well, I just lost the race. And then all of a sudden I look at my F1 and I realize he's 5 seconds behind me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to win this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because once Josh pits and whoever's leading pits, I've got it. And then I'm like, he's not pitting. Oh my gosh, he's not pitting. He's not going to pit. Are you serious?
It was kind of, we couldn't believe it. Like, we're like, okay, he's got to come in because it's about 25 laps is when you guys were kind of going. And even was it Viper that pit super early? I think it was Viper that pit really early. He was about lap 60. What was it? Was it Viper? Is that what I'm thinking about, Rod?
I think he was one of the first ones to pit.
Yeah, 61. He came in like lap 61. So I'm like, okay, well, he's got 20 laps to go to the end. He's coming in now. He's good to go. But then the complete opposite on Chambers. I mean, once he got past 75 of 80, we're like, I think he's going to try to make it. And he didn't even have enough fuel to do a burnout. He made it all the way back around to the start-finish line, and it stalled in the grass.
Yeah, I think I closed probably like, what was it, like 12 seconds in the course of 5 laps there.
Yeah, you were gaining about 2 seconds a lap, and then the last lap you gained about 3.5 seconds because he literally out of gas.
Did you have like a strategy on tires? Like, how are the tires looking out there?
The tires, the wear was enough that it definitely made a bit of a difference, but nothing too significant. So I knew with how few laps there were going to be to go when I made my final stop, I'm like, 2 tires are going to be the play here. I knew that if the whole race went green, it was going to be 4-4-2 for those restops. And I thought that was going to be fairly unanimous. When Chris pitted as early as he did to try to get the undercut on me, I was like, oh, this could be interesting. I was assuming he was probably going to take 2, but I think he took 4.
Yep.
So that was my play. I may have actually pitted a little bit earlier than I wanted to because of the fact that he pitted so early. I'm like, I don't want him to undercut me too much. I was probably going to go to like maybe 12 or 11 to go instead of, was it 14? I think when I did. So
Something like that. Yeah.
I was just hoping that it was maybe going to come down to me and him. I had not the slightest clue that Dennis was going to be able to pull that off. But looking back on the fact that he fell so far back in the first stint, now it makes sense to me, and I know exactly what he was doing. He was playing that fuel game from lap 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We
didn't
caught
even
him.
notice it. We noticed it
We
pretty
caught
early.
him
but-
early. He was clutching, and we were like, and Blaine says, I think Dennis is clutching, and so we started kind of investigating it, and he was clutching fairly early in the race, so he pretty much clutched the whole race to gain that fuel mileage.
And nobody
Paid
else
off
was
for him.
doing it. We couldn't find anybody else that was clutching that much.
It never occurred to me. If looking back on it now, I feel kind of dumb. But I mean, hindsight's 2020. You know, I in my head, I'm going. Everybody is probably going to be opting for the 4-4-2 strategy.
Mhm.
I did not think that anyone was going to try for the 2-stopper. But if you only have to pretty much save like 5 laps worth over the course of the entire race, it makes
And that
sense.
And that's easy to do, clutching. Yeah. It's
Absolutely.
not going to be the fastest. It's not going to be the fastest car out there, but you can save that much fuel on an 80-lap race like this. Yep.
I just didn't feel like I feel like I wouldn't have been able to pull it off as well as he would have. I wouldn't have been able to catch up. But then again, I mean, you wouldn't have to really keep with like the lead cars. I mean, there was even an RTG race like a few years ago that I pulled off the exact same strategy. It was a caution-free race. Everybody had to pit 3 times. I decided, screw it, I'm going to try for 2. But I didn't make that call like right away. I made that call like deep into the first stint, and it worked out on 1. But I feel silly that I didn't even think to try it. But that's okay. I had a blast. It was really cool that the race went caution free. But man, I thought I had it. I wanted it. But hey, Dennis had the winning strategy.
Yeah, you had a good strategy. You were quick all night, so that was one of the good things.
Well,
Well,
if
it's
you
a
want
pleasure
to,
being interviewed.
if you want to
Yeah.
win a Hawk tribute race, we'll see you next August, buddy.
Oh, he also won one. He won it last. No, he didn't win it last year. He took
Viper
the
did.
pole last year, and
Yep.
then Viper took it away from him. So now you know you've done it twice. You've known what you can and can't do. So now next year you'll have to have a different strategy.
Oh yeah, and of course I also remember. I think it was it ASR that put on the Cannon race, the Cannon. The Cannon race, and Dennis won that one too on a different strategy compared to me and whoever else it was that I was with. So Michigan and Dennis, they get along well, and so do me in Michigan. I will admit, but I wanted that. But as if I can complain. Come on, man.
You can just hear it in his voice. He wanted it so bad.
It was our fault. We interviewed him while he was pitting.
Yeah, yeah, that's what. Yeah,
It's
that
all
was
your
good.
fault. I'm just
Yeah.
Gonna blame Blaine. That was Blaine's idea.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew. Well, we're going to give you a chance to thank the people that got here that you want to thank, and we'll get Dennis up here and we'll talk about his strategy.
Oh yeah, that'll be cool to hear. But well, thank you guys for coming out here, and Blaine for all of your help, and jumping on over to Top Extra a few times. I appreciate you and getting the word out. Thank you to SMO for letting me race as sporadically as I do. Shout out to Jaden. I love you lots. See you sitting over there. All the boys on Discord, and anyone else who tuned in for this one. And Hobo, over on the Top Dragster channel on Tuesday night. Check that out, along with, of course, Tarnation with Maverick. So get that split screen going. It's always a good time.
It is.
Never thought of that. That's a good one. I like that.
Yep. Open them all up. There's everybody's broadcasting. That's why you need more than one monitor.
There you go. That's
Right on, buddy.
Thanks, Andrew.
All right, there's your
Thank you,
second
guys.
place finisher for tonight, Andrew Miller. He really wanted to win it, we could tell, but come up second. That's all right. But we're still proud of you, bud. So good job.
Thank you, guys. Good win, Dennis. Take care, guys.
Go ahead, Rod. This is crazy.
Okay. I didn't have you pegged as the winner. I mean, I know you're quick. I know you're fast. I knew you ran good all night, but you done snookered them, buddy.
Yeah, appeared to be the case. Got obviously lucky, fortunate. Everything had to work very perfect and then some, and it's just the way that it turned out.
So did you have the strategy like from the get-go that you were going to start clutching and start saving, or did you realize about 10, 15 laps into the race, if I start saving fuel, I can do this in two-stop?
Well, I'm not going to say it's anything that I had planned necessarily. I had an idea in the back of my head that it possibly could be done. At the very beginning, at the start of the race, I kind of ran a little harder than I wanted to. But on the other hand, I felt like I wanted to keep up with that lead pack and didn't want to lose them either. So after the first round of pit stops, I kind of, thought to myself, okay, well, if you got the chance of doing it, I mean, you got to really commit to it now. And, that's kind of the long story short. That's exactly what I did. And, of course, you get kind of into a point into the race stages as well that if you've deciding yourself that that's what you're going to do, you get kind of into a commitment point. And, once you get to that point, you got to kind of stay with it, because, I mean, if you don't, you're going to lose out probably even worse than, where you're at right there at the moment.
We noticed earlier in the thing. Go ahead, Javelin.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, too, the fuel saving strategy, it worked perfectly being green the entire time. Like, whoever thinks that's going to happen, there's always got to be a yellow in there somewhere, and then the whole plan is out the window. But it's the what if it goes green to the end, and it worked.
Well, and that's just it. That's the part, at least a part of it. And you nailed it right on the head. If it doesn't go green all the way, then, the plan backfires.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, going back to the initial comment as far as, everything really had to work very, very perfectly and then some. And again, like I said, that's just how it turned out.
Well, we were walking, just going through the field a little bit. We like to try to get everybody in there. After we had done that, we saw a few, you and a few other guys, fellow racers, kind of racing close. We got to watching you a little bit, and all of a sudden Blaine goes, I think he's clutching. And we don't know when you started doing it, but we know when it's in the thing, and we started kind of keeping an eye on when you were doing it, and then when you were pitting, and we were like, I don't know if he can make it or not. And then it turns out that we got down to it, and it was like, he's got to pit. No. Then Blaine said, no, he ain't. There's no way he's pitting now. He's going the whole way.
Once he took lap 670, 677, we're like, yeah, he ain't pitting at all.
No, I mean, at that stage of the race, I wouldn't have. I mean, I made it. If I didn't, I didn't. And, I actually crossing the start-finish line, I had a pound of fuel left when it was all said and done.
Not enough to even do a burnout in the grass.
Nope.
Oh, that is freaking awesome, though, dude. Congratulations, man. That's a good one. I like it when a strategy win pays off.
Oh, it was so cool because you're the only guy who did it. Nobody else even thought of it. Everybody else took a 3-stop race. All the way up the list, it said 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. And then yours has got 2, and you've got the checkered flag in your hand tonight. It was so cool to see that. And it didn't even dawn on us until there's like 4 laps to go. We're like, yeah, well, he's not going now. So now we're just on the edge of our seat waiting for that thing to stall. But you got you took the checkered, you got all the way back around, so you actually saved a little more than you had to.
Well, I'll be the first to tell you. I can tell you, with about 8-10 laps to go, the pan attention was definitely on alert as far as how much fuel that I was either going to have or not have.
It's pretty cool though. Like you said, Blaine was just like, is he going to be able to do a burnout? I don't think he can. And you were toasting on the backtrack.
No, I heard that. Yeah, it's never burnout time.
I heard the motor kind of kick on a little bit. And he said, "You got a little bit." And then you roll down on the grass, and he's like, "Nope, we're done."
Yeah, I had to basically, I rewound the race, and I just used my drone camera to spin around the car to simulate you going in circles.
Well, that's much appreciated, because
make a burnout.
That would have been the best outcome for sure.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was the the camera work that made the burnout happen. I had to kind of spin around the car for you because the thing was just sitting there in the grass. But yeah, man, awesome run.
No, I definitely appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Dennis, we're going to give you the floor to thank anybody that you want to thank that got you here and whatnot, and we'll get this thing over and done with for tonight.
Sounds good. Well, I got to start with you folks at Tarnation. I've been at this for a lot of years, and I always probably say the same thing over and over, but always make it very clear. I mean, I think it's safe to say that I can say that, we all appreciate you and anybody else that's involved in televising these events, and, taking the time out in your guys' schedule to do it. I mean, can't thank you guys enough that are involved in that. Obviously, got to thank SMO. I used to run here quite a few years ago and stepped away, and just very recently have just returned again. Running with some guys again that I haven't ran with for a long time, so that's been a treat as well. So thanks, Jamie Tedder and SMO, for that. Obviously, the tribute race for Hawk. Unfortunately, not somebody that I knew, but heard nothing but fantastic things about him. So, obviously glad that I could bring this win home for him. And as far as my sponsorship goes, just Jim Salad Company out of Unity, Maine. And just want to thank all friends and family that watched the race, and hope that they enjoyed it.
There you go. Congratulations, buddy. That was an awesome one. Are you in Maine? You from Maine, Dennis?
No, I'm in Vermont.
Oh, are you? Where?
I'm in the northeast section.
Okay, because I'm down in Springfield.
Oh, okay. Yep, you're a couple hours from there.
Yeah, Rod wanted your actual address. I like how you dodged that one. You're like, yeah, no, I'm there. I'm the north side. Just
what do they call that? Northeast Kingdom?
Yeah.
I got a lot of jokes about the Northeast Kingdom, but they're not good for the air, so.
I do they like how we dodged that. I'm like, whereabouts are y'all? Like, I'm in the Northeast. It's like, yeah, we're just gonna give you this geographic location that's completely vague, because I'm not gonna tell you I'm on like Main Street 1, 2, 3. That's not gonna happen.
I mean, I live in Vermont too. That's all I was saying. So.
I'm in Canada. Come get me.
All right, Dennis. Well, congratulations on your win. Hopefully, we'll see you back here racing again. They'll have us back doing some more stuff for him. So, congratulations.
Yeah, again, appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Dennis. Have a good night, bud.
You too. Thank you.
There we go.
Whereabouts are you? Oh, I'm up in the north. Yeah,
up north, Northeast Kingdom.
We're not narrowing that down much. Your Rod showing up on the doorstep. Hey, man, it was crazy. You clutched all the way to that finish at that race. Like, wait, who are you?
That was pretty cool. that was a
amazing.
Great strategy. Yeah.
I couldn't believe that he was the only one that did it, because we ran. See, that's the thing. We ran. Like you mentioned it to Andrew, it's like, well, now you know what you got to do. And in the Michigan tribute race, I'm like, not necessarily, because last year we ran 70 laps here, and this year we ran 80.
Yeah.
So,
but you also got to think, just like Andrew said, a 4-4-2 strategy. That's what everybody had planned on. Mm-hmm. Dennis just showed up and figured, a little ways into the race, like he said, he ran a little hard at the beginning, and he's just got to thinking about it. I might be able to do this in just, 2 shots, and we'll be good. And so we did, and everybody else did 3. So it paid off for him.
Yeah, that was very, very neat to see. I'm surprised it took us 76 laps to realize what he was doing, but it's
Well,
was
we
definitely
knew what he
fun.
was doing. We knew what he was doing. We just wasn't sure, at that point in time, we weren't sure that he was going to be able to pull it off.
And he actually saved one lap more than he had to, because he was able to go all the way back around before it puked on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And apologies
That
too,
was
I was
cool.
watching the replay. I was doing another replay of his finish, and then I realized I was playing 2 music tracks, so that probably got kind of weird sounding during our interview with Dennis. So once I realized what was happening, I shut that down pretty quick. But the thing with the music is that I can't hear it. I can only see it. So if I'm not really paying attention to that angle of the broadcast software, I was like, oh man, I got a lot of green lines going on right now. There's a lot of noise.
That's what that was in the video. Okay, yeah.
It probably sounded a little bit messy because it was
See,
playing
the
the
thing
winner's
about it
circle music, and then it was playing the end credit music as well at the same time. But either way, awesome.
I
race
don't
by
have the
Dennis.
sound turned up on it so that I can't see it.
Oh, you'll love it. Everybody was like probably freaking out. We had another successful tribute race for William Hawkins. And some
So
cool
Tuesday we're with Benjamin Snyder's Maverick Series.
Yes, we are. We are headed to. Is it Watkins Glen? I think it's Watkins Glen.
Oh. Someone, if it's back to another road course, the last time we had a road course, the caution free, Zach Rogers, was it, or Zach Roberts?
Rogers. Yeah, Roberts is Ken Roberts.
Yeah, Rogers put a spanking on him. Although Viper didn't qualify, not Viper, Merkel.
Oh no,
Started
it's Michigan. Sorry, it's Michigan
Okay.
this week. It's Watkins Glen next week. Yeah, we're doing a whole bunch of Michigan.
Well, some people follow the Cup schedule, so.
Yep. Yeah, so Michigan this week, and then Watkins Glen next week with Maverick. And then starting in September, Tarnation TV somehow is broadcasting the Talladega Challenge at Rolling Thunder Gaming, which is wild.
Yeah,
So,
that's when you'll have Seth and
Yeah, it's a
Norman?
combination of
Michael Norman.
Yeah. Seth has a couple different co-hosts, so what they're doing is they're like, well, we'll take, like, Seth's been with them forever, and those guys know everything about that series. Let's have them broadcast on this, so you probably won't hear too much of me talking. So it's kind of a combination of both. Like what they deem the best looking broadcast, I guess, with what we do here, and the best team with how they have Seth and his guys. You take the two and put them together, And
the nice thing about that is you're going to have, two guys that can just concentrate more onto the racing and the strategies and such, and you'll be there in the background just kind of focusing on what they're talking about, keeping it going. Because obviously you do a great job with all that, so that'll be easier for Seth in the long run, if you think about it.
Yeah,
maybe a little harder for you sometimes, but you won't have to do any much commentating, so I think that'll work out really good.
Yeah, it'd be a different way of broadcasting, because I can just kind of sit there and listen to what they're talking about and kind of make it visual.
Yep.
Like, oh, hey, check out this car, and I can flip over to that car. And then imagine the amount of stats, imagine the amount of information Seth can spew at you when he doesn't have to worry about what the broadcast looks like.
That you'd have to get ready for that, because that guy, he is really good at that.
He's got 3 calculators. He's probably going to get 3 more.
Knows what everybody's doing.
Right down to the last race. I was watching it last week, and he's got it all figured out. Who can win and how? Every scenario and how and where, and everybody has to be. Like, for this guy to win, this guy's got to finish 7th or later, and like wow, dude.
I don't have that kind of time.
No, it's
I'm good at predicting what drivers are going to do.
Yes, and I will get some of that info, like maybe for a couple of guys, but it's never going to happen for the depth that those guys go to. But yeah, always fun at SMO. I think that Thursday league, they're getting started up with the IndyCar thing. I might have to jump in there. I've always liked those different mods. Not a lot of that's a good mod. Like that DW12 mod is a great one. not a lot of people use it. The schedule consists of ovals, so they're not racing them on the roads, which is kind of a shame. I wish they would have some more street racing, but that's more of an F1 thing, because the Indy cars do race at a lot of ovals. So either way, it'll be neat. And I got the sound pack, and it's
Yep. You have to have the sound pack.
Oh, it's so different. That'll be fun. Maybe try that out.
If you're actually racing in it, I believe it's still set up to do that. I have sound files to where you can switch it over to the IndyCar. Because if you don't, it sounds like an IndyCar. So it goes by, it sounds like a NASCAR truck going by.
Yeah.
It's an IndyCar.
Yeah, you
The
got
sound pack makes it really sound like an IndyCar. So
yeah, it's geared more, and a 7-speed transmission too. It makes more sense when it's
oh yeah,
IndyCar squealing. But yeah, SMO again. Thanks SMO for getting us in here to do this. It's always cool to come in here and do tribute races, and they've been leaning on us the last few times to do it for Hawk and for Ken. So
we're very proud to do it.
Yeah, very proud to do it. It's always fun, and it's always a great race. Again tonight, how could you say like that's that's a fantastic race.
Caution free, great strategy. No, you can hear it in Andrew's voice. He wanted to win that so bad, and he got snookered. So
Oh man,
a great race.
Yep, great race. But yeah, thanks SMO, thanks to Hawk. All these guys put this thing together a long time ago, and here they are 15 years later still running tribute races for one of the guys who helped them get this thing going. So William Hawkins probably enjoyed watching that one. And my dog is barking, so she probably needs to go outside. She starts moving around. At least this time she waited till the race was over.
There you go.
But, yeah, man. So sorry, Rod. If you wanted to wrap up what you got to say, we'll wrap this
I'm
down.
good, but it was a great race, caution free. You got to love that, and just there was nothing wrong with it. It was actually, even for a caution free race, we had plenty to talk about. So that's pretty cool.
Yes. Thanks to all the drivers who came out tonight and put on a fantastic show. Thanks everybody for interacting with the channel on the YouTube live chat and sharing the video and do whatever you do there. Tarnation TV. Thanks, yeah. And
Congratulations, Dennis. That was a heck of a run.
It was a heck of a run, Dennis Chambers. Thanks very much to Hawk. Thanks very much to SMO, everybody involved there. Of course, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Keep your stick on the ice.